All right. So welcome everyone to our session, which is about social media marketing. We're specifically talking about the topic of social media marketing. And we also want to let you know that there is a way that you can do it yourself or you can get the help that you need. Before we jump into you getting someone else to help you, the most important thing is to understand social media, to know what is necessary, so that as you are thinking about why you need a manager, thinking about what your social media needs, you actually understand all of these things so you can proceed forward very easily. So social media marketing trends, all right? Let's talk about how to create your brand using your online platform. So welcome to the webinar today. I am Coach Tamika James. And I don't know if you guys know, I actually have a digital agency. And once again, I think I said it before the recording started, I actually have one of my team members on to be able to answer any questions that you might need to have answer about any, deeper things that you want to know in regards to getting someone to do the work for you. So let's talk about if you were to do it yourself and what you need to know. Some key takeaways. Social media marketing, guys. You have to know what your marketing objectives are. You have to decide on what the benefits are of your company. What is it that people get from you? You have to decide on your branding. Branding comes, there are a lot of things that come under branding. It's your colors, it's your logo, it's a lot of different things. But the branding is first and foremost. Before anyone does anything for you, these things need to be in place. Now, can we assist you with all of this? Absolutely. You have to know what the top trends are, what's actually happening out there, so you can draw a conclusion as to what you are actually going to do. Right, guys. So social media marketing. Social media is one of the top 5 marketing channels to generate a solid return on investment. Among them is Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube Shorts are also one of the best tools for reaching your target market. But you can't just plunge into a posting palooza and expect results. Yes, posting regularly is important, but it should be a part of a larger strategy, which is for you to promote your social media accounts the right way. What are your marketing objectives, guys? It is to heighten your brand awareness. It's to increase social community, all right? The size of your community is going to have to do with what you say, how they received you, and what it is that they're looking for. When the connection happens, everything is going to move for you and your business. So you have to accurately target your audience, okay? You have to strengthen engagement through specific strategies, and you have to increase your brand loyalty, which means that they have to actually feel like you are the company for them. You have what they need, and you're also going to be consistent. Loyalty has to do with you showing up on a consistent basis. And this is why a lot of people actually need managers, because you don't want to do it yourself. Now, a couple of the apps that are super popular that we're all using today is Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Even if you're not on YouTube as of yet, I want you to make sure you create your YouTube account and begin to actually use it. Now, guys, take a look at the slide that's up right now. Facebook has 1.3 billion users, 1.3 billion, all right? Instagram has 1.386 billion users. And as you can see the stats, we break it down to show you that 50.9% are female to 49.1% are males, okay? So at least if you're targeting either or, you almost have a 50-50 chance of getting to who you want to speak to. Pinterest has 433 million users. TikTok has 1.8 billion users. So TikTok is coming in higher. And YouTube Shorts, guys, 2 billion users. So if you're looking at these stats, you have to make a decision on where you're going to be. Why does social media management come into play? Because when you want to have enough content to spread out to these different platforms, you're going to need a little bit of help. When we move over to YouTube Shorts, it has everything to do with taking a long form piece of content and breaking it down to a shorter piece that will go on that specific platform. So if you haven't done this, you're going to need some help. So guys, your biggest startup allocation. The biggest startup companies allocate 75% to their social media marketing. Okay. I'm going to turn my camera off because it's actually on top of my slides and I can't see. So let's close that out. Okay. You guys just hang out with me. Now I can see better. All right. What are the benefits of social media for brand building? You have to increase your brand awareness. Humanizing your brand is super important. Humanizing your brand. Earlier, I spoke about how you want to be on different platforms and you can show up in different ways. I always talk a lot about showing up live. That is one form of being able to do this. But even if you did not show up live and you were to grab small snippets of video that you generated before you even opened up your live stream, these pieces of content are the types of content that help people to understand who you are, what you're all about. So you're humanizing your brand so they see who is the face of the company. Now, the larger that your company gets, you don't necessarily have to show your face, and you still don't have to show your face now, but it is going to be very helpful. All right. You want to establish your brand as a thought leader. And this is one of the reasons why you would want to make the choice to show up with your own face on camera. What we're doing consistently is staying on the top of everyone's minds. How many times have you been on your social platform and you're on a scroll and you see certain people on a consistent basis? It's because they're doing their job of staying on the top of everyone's minds. There are certain people you see more often than others, and you remember them. So when you need something, who are you going to pick? The ones that stay on the top of your mind. You also want to increase your website traffic, and this can be done through your social media, just FYI. We all have to generate leads. I know you've heard this 1,000,001 times, but if you're not doing it and doing it on a consistent basis, we have to utilize these platforms to get this done. We are also boosting our sales, which is one of the main reasons why we're on social media. We're using our social media also. We have to have great customer service and customer support. Sometimes I've gone live and I've answered people's questions about the product that I offer because they were asking me something. And when I say customer service and social media, if I answer or respond to that live, more than one person will hear my response. So it is like a live customer service thing. We also have to keep an eye out for our competition. You have to always know what the other like companies are doing. And if you haven't done this, I want you to take a moment to make a note that when you get off of this session, that you will spend time checking out your competition to see what they're up to. There may be something that they're doing that you should implement into your own strategy. So when you get your manager, you can let them know that you'd like to do this, because sometimes whoever you may be working with doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, you might want to go viral. And that does happen, guys. It really does. So you have to work on it. You want to build your brand on social media by showcasing a couple of these things, what your company actually does. So take a note on this to make sure that some of your last posts have actually showcased what your company does. And if it hasn't, that's going to be the future of what you're putting on your social media. If you have a team, you can let everyone know why your team is amazing. Do you know that your team doesn't necessarily have to be people that sit next to you every day? Your team could be the people that get things done behind the scenes. If you have someone who does your graphics, if you have someone that makes phone calls, someone that does your correspondence, whatever it is that they do, you can showcase your team members. Some people have a team member that when you go on live and you do a Zoom, they are showing up and running the Zoom for you and introducing you and introducing certain things. That is a team member. So you can let people know that that person is a part of your team. The more that you showcase that you're not the only one doing what you do, your company looks a lot larger. You also want to showcase why people should support you. Support, we use this word a lot when it comes down to, we think our family and friends should support us, But the people that buy from you are supporting you. They're keeping your company going, and you want to let them know that they do need to make sure they're getting the services that you offer so that you can continue to elevate, which is what your aim actually is when it comes down to building your business. You want to let people know what makes you unique. If you blend into everyone else and they cannot see anything that makes you any different, you have to ask yourself, why should they buy from me? If they haven't been buying, the question is, have you been showcasing what makes you unique? So guys, please take notes on these things so that as you do get closer to getting your social media manager, you will have the answers to these things, and it'll be super easy to connect with them and let them know what you need them to do for you. All right, you want to entice your audience with stunning visuals. This is why a lot of you need help, because some of the things that you've been making, they don't really fully represent your company, and they're making your company look smaller than you want it to actually seem. You always want your company to look larger than what it actually is, especially until you get to the larger point. Short video, which is a video that we can put on places like TikTok and Reels, and remember your YouTube Shorts as well. This year, short videos or Reels and video content have been the trending items, and they're at their peak right now. So you cannot miss this opportunity. So if you're still only posting long form content, I want you to reconsider taking some of that content and having it chopped down so that it can be what people see quickly, they get the message, and they get to move on. Trust and believe. I go live a lot and I do long lives, and I'm okay with that, because what I do understand is that people are cycling through. They're coming in, they're going out, they're receiving different parts of the message. But what I do understand when I do the long live is that they did not get the whole thing. So you want to have someone to go back and grab little pieces and just put the important, powerful message that you gave back out to the public. It's going to get much more traffic. Okay, social commerce on the rise. Guys, you want to go where your customers are, or better yet, get there first and set up a shop, okay? That's what Facebook and Instagram had in mind anyway. They were the first platforms to offer social commerce options. With the gradual switch to online shopping and the new wave of active users pouring in, they had the right idea. So why are we talking about this? Because you are actually using your social media to get people to understand who you are and what you have to offer, because you are using it to sell. So even when we talk about humanizing your brand and showing up, you're doing all of those things to get someone to buy. So if that's not the purpose, then what else is the purpose? So I want to make sure that you know that the importance of showing up is because you want people to buy. Connecting your social media and email marketing, guys. This is super important, way more important than you know. I actually use some specific strategies where I create content that I understand is going to be placed on my social media as well as in an email, so that it becomes pretty darn consistent. So we have to understand that if we want to move our people, we have to get ready for our email marketing. So let me read this to you. The lines between the different digital marketing channels are getting thinner. In an effort to gather as much data as possible and use it effectively, marketers want to bridge the gap between them. This has resulted in a multi-channel approach with the goal of giving users a complete brand immersion. For this marketing strategy to work, you need to set the tone of your brand and stick to it. Align your social and your email campaigns to work together. Okay. So once again, as I was saying, that is something that I actually do, and I can definitely help you to get a better understanding of how you actually on the back end get all of this together. All right. So guys, we want to create valuable content. You want to educate your audience by posting knowledgeable content, that your audience can be able to understand exactly what you're helping them to know about your business. You're educating them so that they learn something they need to know that can take them to their next level as well. So educating them comes in different forms. You want to make sure that we're using our reels and our TikToks and our shorts. Once again, we want to showcase our products and services so that we are showcasing them to our targeted audience. All right. When I say that, the things that you show are actually attractive to a particular audience. So if you're not showing what they need to see that attracts them, they're not going to be connecting to you. All right. So we do still want to use hashtags. They are not dead. So please don't think that hashtags are dead. They are actually one of the things that helps to bring people closer to you. Now, one of the things that you guys can use is social media influencers. And this basically just means that you're going out and you're going to find someone who is willing to talk for you. Now, I'm not going to tell you that this is an easy task, but if you find someone that does not have much to do and they are active on their social media, they can speak for you. So one of the things you might want to do is start looking around for especially the micro influencers. These are the people that actually have from 10 to 50K followers, and they don't mind. They don't mind. And then when you look at the influencers that have less followers, that have followers under 10K, they are definitely the ones that will jump at any opportunity to speak on behalf of you, to also show up with something of importance and to get the message out. Okay. So you want to talk to your micro influencers and also your nano influencers as well. Okay. Don't always think about going straight to the top. Paid ads, some of you who are already knowledgeable about this, this can help you. But I always like to talk about the fact that before you start doing paid ads, you have to still make sure you have organic content on your feed. You have to make sure that you're putting enough information up so that as you do a paid ad and people come back to your platform, they're going to see exactly what you are about. And here's the real deal. Even if you run ads, when they come back, they want to see consistency. They're going to look to see how often you've been posting. You guys know how when we see someone who has like these high amount of followers, and then we look and we see that there's a post that's on October the 6th. The next one is October the 6th. And so are the rest of the posts. That's a fake page. So people are going to look to see how often you're posting because they definitely want to see if it's a fake page or not. So you want to make sure that you're posting consistently. So as they do the scroll to see how often you've been showing up, that you have a post at least daily. Okay. All right. Successful companies are very consistent with their social media. And just because they're larger than you doesn't mean that you shouldn't be consistent as well. All right. One of the things that you can do on your own is to nail down a schedule of when you're going to regularly post. All right. And you want to post your best content on a regular schedule. This is the content that you know that they're going to see and they're going to need. So this could be the content that is teaching them something, content that's helping them to understand what your company is about. This is the consistent content that needs to be posted in the middle of the other things that you put on your feed. You want to be able to answer questions immediately, especially replying to people in the DMs. One of the strategies is that if someone does comment on a post on the actual feed, you can reply to them in the DMs. It's more personable. They feel like you took the time to communicate with them and you can have a deeper conversation. So that is a strategy that you can use. Also, interacting with your followers by tagging them and by reposting some of their content is super important as well. So guys, we just want to make sure that we're making the most out of the internet by using our social media channels, getting a little deeper with your social media, using automated chat bot services. These are things that I personally use, and it helps to communicate a message to my people that are either clicking on some of my posts, that are clicking on the things in my stories. They are asking me questions, and I have automations that talk to them. These are things that you may want so that you look like a larger company and you look like your company definitely is elevating, okay? So you definitely wanna take your e-commerce to the next level because you're actually selling no matter what. You wanna use analytic tools so that you can understand exactly what's happening, all right? Okay, guys, let's see. Hopefully everyone does have a website, and if you don't, it is something that you want to make sure that you have. You have to have a website so that you look and you are a real business. Landing pages are cool, but when you have a real home that people can go to and they can find you, that's super important. Why should you have the website? It's because you can reach more potential customers. You can provide 24/7 sales and support. It's an instant information hub of the majority of the things that you offer. And, shifting off to thinking about a landing page, it's the place where you just put one thing, but your website can house more things. So even though we're talking about social media, a website is super important so that you can actually do your sales, and you can offer a variety of engagements. All right. Now, if you are here and you're especially in a salon business, there are a couple of things that you want to be aware of. And I have this slide because salons, I am a former cosmetologist. I no longer service clients or do any hair or anything, but I do talk to a lot of beauty professionals. A lot of you say that your hands are tied, you're super busy, and you just don't know how you're going to get this done. But why should your business be on social media? Because you have to build awareness of your salon. You have to build awareness of your brand. You have to understand that this is the way that you get new clients, that you have to build your strong following. And you also, whether you're a salon owner, stylist, or whatever, or in another business, you definitely can be an influencer. Do you guys know that influencers are people that other people look up to? So you don't have to be a macro influencer. You could definitely be a nano or a micro influencer where people look up to you and they come to see what you're talking about. So these are reasons why you want to make sure you're showing up. All right. Amongst a host of other things, you can use it to give out updates and let people know about what you have going on. And you want to keep your customers loyal to you. You also want to make sure that it's a place where you can reach out and recruit staff, okay? And maybe you want to do other things. At the end of the day, guys, it's a never-ending cycle between customer engagement and your social media. What I want to talk about right now is if you are considering getting a social media manager, a couple of quick tips besides the things that I just shared, things that you must know. We want to make sure that you know your business, that you understand exactly what it is that you want to share with the world, and you begin to organize the pieces of information that you want your manager to put out for you. So you probably can look through your phone or look through your laptop and find the most important videos and pictures that you'd like to put out. You probably have a lot of these things already and they've been just sitting. So what I want you to do is create a folder. You can create a folder either in your phone so you can organize them so that as you take new photos, you can drop them inside the folder on a weekly basis so you can scroll through and see what you have. I want you to also think about the fact that we have the Google Drive, which is one of the great places to house your information. Now, how do you do this? You will actually open up your Google Drive and there's an upload button that's there. First, you want to create a folder in your Google Drive. Title it Social Media Manager, photos and videos. And now when you are even signed into your Google Drive from your phone, you can click the upload button and you can upload your videos and your pictures into the folder, okay? And now you'll give your social media manager access to the folder by adding their email address. If there are specific things that you'd like for them to write on your posts, special things you want them to know. You can create a document and begin to type those things in and give your manager access to the document as well. Okay, so these are some different things that you can prepare so that it makes it easy to communicate with your social media manager. Now, having a social media manager, when it comes down to us, you actually will be placed in a WhatsApp chat so that you can communicate back and forth very easily. So as things are happening, as updates are going on, you can actually see what it is that has been created for you. So I wanted to make sure that you understood the ease of doing this. Something else you can do is if you see a page that you like and you like the way that this page looks, go and grab some screenshots. And I want you to drop those inside of the folder as well. You can make it easy on your social media manager to let them know what you like. So, you know, they will help you to develop a strategy. But if you actually are unsure, go and find some others in your specific industry that are doing what you do well and begin to look at their pages and see what they're doing, see what type of content that they put out. If it's attractive to you, it'll probably be attractive to your audience as well, okay? So if you're ready to get yourself a manager, we're going to begin to tell you a couple of reasons why you actually need a manager. All right, Mitesh, if you want to pop in and unmute and chat with us.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it was a lovely presentation. Thank you very much, Jamika. And the reason we have done this presentation to give you an idea about social media itself, because see, there is thousands of knowledge right now on the internet. Every year and then people are talking about social media and they say that you can do this, you can do this, but the facts and the figures always remains the same. And that is the reason we have come up with this beautiful presentation to give you the facts, which will really help you in your real life. So now let's talk about why you need a social media manager. Okay, it's very simple. As a business person, you will be not able to do everything on your own, right? You need to trust on a person who is really expert and who can help you with your brand and build your brand to the next level itself, right? So first of all, once you hire somebody for your social media, you'll get creative content. Now, as a business person, we are very limited to the kind of trends which is going on. But if you have a social media manager, it would be really easy for him to help you with some beautiful ideas and beautiful things which you can do for your business. And then you can give the videos to us and we can change it into beautiful reels, right? Customer relations will be very important as a social media manager, because he'll be available. If anybody DMs you, if anybody messages you, he'll be there. He will answer quickly. He'll give your mobile number to the person and he'll make your life easy. So there is a contact person who is always available for you. The second thing is employee recruitment. I think as a hairstylist, if somebody who really wants to work with you and looks at your profile and your profile is really amazing, it looks like a brand, then it would be really easy for you to convince that person to work for you. Strategy development, I think that is a very vital thing. The reason is that it's really hard these days to make sure that you have something which is very regular on your social media. But if you have a strategy behind your thing, so just giving example that right now I'm getting a strategy done for my Christmas and Thanksgiving Day, right? That is the two things which is going on for my clients. So that is what we always do, right? That right now we'll get busy for the strategies which are coming up, and then we'll make sure that that is done, right? Then even account prioritize, so we will make sure that the growth is done according to what we have discussed in the strategy itself, or when we have set the expectations with you, right? So as a social media manager, the person will always think about how we can grow your followers, how we can increase the engagement on it, what are the things you can do new, so it will look different from your competition. Increase engagement, that is very important, because if you don't get followers, that's still fine. But if you're not getting engagement on your social media, that's a very big thing, because the algorithm is totally working on engagement. The person who has the highest engagement, the post which has the highest engagement will always go viral. So that is the possibility which always a social media manager will be looking for. Found time. So that is something that, see, as a business person, we don't have that amount of time to invest into strategies, invest into content writing, invest into thinking about something creative. But if you have a social media manager whose job is the same, right? He needs to do that. So that is very important. Crisis management. So just giving example, you have somebody in your family who's not well, you have a problem in your business, right? The social media will be always there, right? But your social media manager will be active. He'll make sure that everything is done in time, so you don't lose your clients. So that is something which a social media manager can for sure help you with. Financial gain, I think I will be saying this more. The reason is that once your brand builds up, you don't need to worry about customers. Customers will always come to you again and again. So I think this is the very important things which we have thought about. But trust me on that, the list is quite long. I can talk about it the whole day. But end of the day, it's how you understand the importance of a social media manager to grow your company, your brand, and you can only concentrate onto your customers and sales. That is what our end goal is. Thank you very much, Tomika.
Okay, I had to get my mute button back. All right. So yes, he just shared with you some of the reasons why you need a social media manager and actually what it looks like when someone is working with you. You get help with all of these different areas. So the goal here is that you get to turn it over to someone else. I gave you some information earlier. I spent some time just helping you to understand things you need to focus on when you're ready to get a manager, so that you understand what this is all about, so that as you connect with them, you give them the right information. And there's actually a form that you fill out, which gives us info about you and what you are doing in your business right now and what you feel like you need. And it gives us like all of your colors that you've already selected and everything. And we are able to get started right away. So the goal is that you do not have to create the actual edited content that goes on your page. You do not have to post it with a social media manager. It means that there is a certain amount of times per month that your content is being created and posted for you. Someone is engaging for you as well, and you get to walk away. Now, what I like to talk about is that you can completely be hands off and let your manager post for you and walk away from your social media. If you like to post things in between, you can have that, you have it where you do that as well. It just depends on what you want your page to actually look like. And that's when people are speaking about the aesthetics of your page. So when you want it to look a certain way, you have to be very mindful of how often you post and what you post and what's going on the page and when. So you'll talk to your manager about that, and you'll make a choice as to whether they're going to solely post for you or whether you're going to post in between. One of my strong suggestions, if you are going to post with your social media manager, is that you have them to make some covers, which are some designs that you can use for when you go live that will keep your page looking consistent. Now, by all means, you can go live and just let the cover be a cover that is a picture of you in the live, but people won't necessarily know exactly what the live is about. So if you get some covers created as a part of your package, those are some things that you can use. And when you're finished going live, you can just put that up as the cover, so your page has a consistent look. So these are things that we discuss with you when you're ready to get started. And I'm not sure if there are any particular questions that anyone has right now about what this looks like. I will let you guys know what the package looks like for you to have a social media manager. So our package comes with everything you need to host a successful online presence. You will be getting 15 reels and 5 flyers. So 5 flyers, what is a flyer? It's a graphic that is usable for your business. And this graphic can be whatever you want it to be to represent your company. So if you have like an event that's coming up, if you're gonna be doing a live consistently, you can get a graphic created for that. Like, what if you decide you want to go live every Friday at 3 p.m.? You can have a graphic created for that. And that will be what you post consistently to let people know that they can meet you on your platform. If you have a live event, if you're hosting a webinar, if you are just going to have something new in your business, if you have products that you have available and you want to send the photos of the products in, you can send them in. And a nice graphic can be created for each of your products. So the options are endless, but we created a package that allows you to be able to make an easy decision on being able to get started and not having to do the work. Now, your reels, 15 reels. There's work in getting a reel done, and let me tell you why. Because a reel starts with either a photo or it starts with a piece of video footage. You can send the short video footage in and it will be cut down and turned into a reel. Now, guys, a reel can only be anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. So the reel will be created and the reel will be branded as well. So if you have a logo, your logo can go on top of the reel so that it is branded to you and your company. And generally we make it where the logo is transparent so it can go on top of the other footage. If you want specific verbiage inside of the reel, like words that represent what the reel is about, you can send that in and that is what will be placed on top of the reel. So you do not have to spend time sitting there doing the editing to create these reels. So, you know, it's just amazing that these are done for you and they're posted for you and everything. And your branded colors are incorporated. So every time you show up, people know who you are and, you know, what your business is about. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you do, this is the package that we have available for you right now. It is only $400 for someone to take it completely off your hands, do the editing for 15 reels. I don't even know if you guys know how long it takes to edit one reel, but it's not 3 minutes. It's not 2 or 3 minutes. And someone's doing this for you. And you're also getting these other graphics, which we say 5 flyers, but you're getting graphics created for you as well that can be posted throughout the duration of the time that we're working with you. This package is for the month. So for the next month with this small investment, you don't have to do anything unless you want to. All right. Let me see, are there any questions? Does anyone have any questions? If you do, feel free.
Tomika, to create a professional reel, it takes at least 2 hours for a person to create that. And I'm talking about a professional reel. And that is what I've heard from many clients. And I think I've shared you something on your WhatsApp. So that is what we do for a client once the month is over. So it's not that only you get a social media manager, but you also get something which is that month end. Once we have done your social media, we also send you a report which will show you that what is the progress of your social media. So what you were and what you are right now, and every month this will be done. So you will be able to compare that what you have done previous month and what you're getting in the current month. So that is a progress which you'll be having.
Thank you so much for adding that, Mitesh. I really appreciate that. Do we have any specific questions? You can either type them in the chat or you can unmute. It's totally up to you if you have a question about social media management.
Yeah, it's better that if we can ask the question, because I think he's a business owner, and as a business owner, it would be great to assist you. As for sure, we are here to answer the questions, and I'm 100% sure that you might be having something which is in your mind regards to your social media. And even you can share your social media link in the chat. So if you want us to check that, we'll be able to do that also.
All right. Thank you so much, Mitesh. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask while we are here. So this has been recorded, and I'm also going to drop the link for anyone who is interested in getting signed up right away. So let me put that in the chat for your convenience. Yes, all right, let me drop, I'm gonna grab the link and drop it in for your convenience. And we'll also be sending this out as a replay. The next thing that can also happen is you can get on a call and talk about where your business is and what you actually need, so that you can privately get your specific questions answered. When I also send you guys this link, it shows some other things that we do have available as well. So if you want social media management, meaning that someone's going to take over it for you, handle it, post for you, that can be done. If you do want something on a lower level where you want the graphics and everything just created for you and you're willing to post on your own, when you click on this link, you'll see what's available. That is a special that's going on right now that you can get, where you get the graphics created for you and you can do your own work. Today, we decided to do this webinar to give you info on what you need for your social media, give you a little more insight on what you need to be doing and be focusing on, and then to let you know what it looks like to get someone to do it for you. I think we've answered most of what people want to know, which is, how do I get prepared for getting a manager? How do I communicate with the manager, which is you'll be in a WhatsApp communication with your manager. You will fill out a form that gives the details about you and your business so that we know about you. And you gather all of your info and you connect it with your manager, and then you go from there. It's pretty darn simple and you can be hands off. Okay, so that's about it for today. So I thank you all for joining the webinar today. I've dropped the link to the page if you're ready to get signed up right away. In the replay, this should also be it. This will be in the replay. So if you're watching on replay, you can click it and grab that link. And if any of you want to get on a call, feel free to do so. All right. Okay, so we are happy to have been able to give info today. Thank you all for joining. And book your call if you are interested in communicating. You can also, if you're watching this because you have gotten the email, you can respond to the email and let us know that you'd like to get on a call. All right, we're gonna stop the recording. And I want to tell you all, thank you for joining today. So give me just 1 second and I'm gonna stop our recording. Thank you all for joining us.